Did you know that Prince's estimated wealth at the time of his death in 2016 was over $150 million? So are you curious to know if the Purple Rain singer left his massive fortune to any family members? Keep watching to find out. Even in a year that seemed to play host to the tragic deaths of an unusual number of major celebrities, the loss of pop genius Prince on April 21, 2016 was for many a huge shock. In the preceding months, the performer and songwriter had seemingly been riding the crest of a wave of success and creativity. Prince had recently formed a new backing band, Third Eye Girl, and was enjoying a purple patch of prolific recording, performances, and well-received album releases.
But he had so many things that he wanted to do next.
The Purple One had also been highly visible during the last year of his life thanks to his political activism and for his involvement in the Black Lives Matter movement following the fatal injuries suffered in police custody of Freddie Gray. But Prince was also privately struggling with addiction, specifically an increased use of opioid painkillers that he initially used to combat chronic hip pain. He died of an overdose of the drug fentanyl, aged 57, leaving behind him an enormous personal fortune and a body of work worth millions of dollars.
He was possibly the most talented, charismatic, entertaining, influential, and barrier-breaking musician of his generation.
However, Prince left no will, meaning that control of his fortune and his music was on the line, with circumstances setting the stage for what the Star Tribune would later describe as one of the most complicated and expensive probate cases ever in Prince's home state of Minnesota. With no will to indicate Prince's wishes regarding who would inherit his fortune might be, and with the late singer unmarried and childless at the time of his death, his only son, Amir, tragically died in infancy in 1996. A major legal battle reportedly ensued, with numerous figures staking their claim for what the IRS estimated to be a $163.2 million fortune, according to Forbes. Prince's estate was initially carved up between his 6 siblings and half-siblings, while the estate continued to be managed by the Comerica Bank and Trust. In 2021, 3 of Prince's inheritors sold their stakes to Primary Wave, a New York music publishing company that from then on controlled half of the musician's estate. Primary Wave, whom the Star Tribune describes as an aggressive and well-funded organization that controls the catalogs of a plethora of musicians, from Ray Charles to Stevie Nicks, also made offers to Prince's other siblings. However, the company is reportedly holding on to their assets, telling the Star Tribune, "We'll never sell out. We know the prize." Since his death, numerous albums of new material have been released from Prince's extensive private archive at his Paisley Park complex, which is believed to contain more than 8,000 songs, meaning that those who retain the rights could enjoy a healthy profit from unreleased music for years to come. Though control of Prince's estate was now split between 3 of his siblings and the publisher Primary Wave, by 2021, a full 5 years after the musician's death, legal battles concerning who was owed what raged on. As well as the acquisition of the rights to Prince's catalog, another ongoing legal wrangle concerned the valuation of Prince's estate in total, including assets such as property. As the Star Tribune notes, though the IRS's valuation of $163.2 million captured headlines, the administrators of Prince's estate, Comerica Bank and Trust, originally valued it at $82.3 million, almost half of the IRS's estimate. According to the Star Tribune, the IRS was so incensed by the low valuation that they hit the administrator with an accuracy-related penalty of $6.4 million. In response, Comerica sued the IRS, claiming that they had made numerous miscalculations in their assessment. Thereafter, the 2 parties attempted to settle the valuation of various aspects of Prince's estate before the 2 attempted to assess the value of Prince's music catalog. Eventually, both parties reached an agreement that the estate was in fact worth $156.4 million, with the IRS agreeing to drop their penalty against Comerica, who called the settlement fair and reasonable. The settlement meant that the estate avoided going to trial, where legal fees could have threatened to take a huge chunk of the estate's value. The 6-year saga to settle what was owed to Prince's heirs and to the IRS had already racked up millions in attorney's fees. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more grunge videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.